materials, tools, and resources. Okay. So, good morning, candidates.
Good morning, sir.
So, please stand for the prayer. Amen. May take your seat. Okay. So, I am Frederick Villanueva, your competency assessor for the qualification of carpentry institute. Now, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our TESDA representative, Ms. Roxanne Choro. So she's here to oversee the assessment and to check if the procedure of the assessment was done properly according to the methods and procedures. Okay? So before we start, as I call your name, please come in front and sign in the attendance sheet. Bring with you also your admission slip. Okay? First one, Mark Bersami. Okay. Next, Camilio Orile. Okay. So, I have here with me your accomplished application form and self-assessment guide. This is an indication that you know and you can perform the competencies in this qualification. Okay? So the purpose of this assessment is to determine the level of your competency. Okay? So today I am going to administer the competency assessment in carpentry in situ, and this qualification consists of 3 competencies, which is the basic, the common, and the core competencies. In our core competencies, we have 8. Okay? First one is the layout reference line. Second, fabricate, install, and remove wooden formworks. Next, install wooden door jamb and window frame and panels. Install ceiling and wall frames and panels. Fabricate and install wooden stairs. Install wooden floor supports and panels. Fabricate and install roofing system. And the last one is fabricate and install wooden cabinet. Okay. So we collect evidences through written tests, on demonstrations, and oral questioning. So these methods are used to determine and to measure your underpinning knowledge and skills. So the allotted time for this assessment is 8 hours. So that 8 hours, I hope so that we can finish everything. Okay? Prior to your assessment, I believe that you are ready to perform and answer the oral questioning. Okay? For your personal needs, our comfort room is located at the right side of our building, and if you feel hungry, our canteen is located at the left side of the building. But once the assessment has started, you are not allowed to go out in the assessment premises. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Also, we have the allowable adjustments. Okay? If you have difficulty in understanding the instructions, you may call my attention so that I can assist you. Or I can translate your the instruction into your own dialect. Also, if you commit mistakes during your performance or demonstration, especially in layouting or fabricating formworks, and if you find that you have that much time, then you can prepare it right away. Okay? So during the assessment also, if you have physical or any form of difficulties, so do not hesitate to call me so that we can address it immediately. Also, we have the do's and don'ts in the assessment. First one is if you have concerns, clarifications, questions regarding to the assessment, you can now ask me the questions. Okay? later on, if you start the assessment, you are not allowed to ask questions anymore. Questions?
Sir.
Okay. So also, turn off your phones and put it in a silent mode so that there will be no distractions during the demonstration. Okay. Also, you are not allowed to talk to your co-candidates during the assessment. Next, in the issuance of your national certificate, so our tester representative will tell you where and when to claim it. So I think the claiming of the national certificate, you can claim it for 5 days after the assessment. So just bring to your cards, which is competency assessment result summary. Also bring your passport size, ID, the background is white, and your shirt must have a collar. And also don't forget to bring your money, 50 pesos for the processing fee. Okay? So in case that you found out that you are not yet competent in this qualification, don't worry because we can reassess you, okay, at your own convenience. Anytime at your own convenience. Next, if the full qualification is not yet competent, the reassessment will be undergo the whole assessment process. But if you found out that you are not yet competent in one or two certain competencies, then the assessment will focus on that not yet competent competencies. Okay? And if you fail to 2 consecutive time in the assessment, you will undergo refresher process or refresher course. Okay? Kailangan matapos mo muna yun before applying the reassessment. Okay? We also have the rights and appeal system. So in this, if you have doubt or any questions in the results of your assessment, you can submit your written appeal in our TESDA provincial office. So they will review your assessment, the process done in the assessment. Also, if there is CCTV in the assessment area, then they can review the whole assessment procedure. Okay? And we also have our occupational safety and health requirements. Okay? First one is the please observe safety. Okay? During or when you are doing your task. Okay? How to observe safety? Of course, you have to wear the proper protective equipment. Also, proper use tools according to their uses. I know you know that how to use the certain tools. Next, make sure to check the electrical equipment before plugging in. Also, when you unplug it, do not pull the cord. Okay? So, observe also the proper body mechanics when lifting heavy equipment so that we can avoid back injuries. Okay? So, in case there is accident occur in the assessment area, please inform me immediately so that we can apply first aid for that. So, in case the case arises, so we can call somebody or number that can help us in responding that accident. Okay? So we talk about the confidentiality of the assessment outcomes. So the results or the assessment outcomes is really confidential. So that is why we keep it strictly confidential to others. Okay? So this is to ensure your integrity. So the result is made available to our personnel and to the institutions where you conduct or where you have the actual training. So in the relation to this, the assessment package is kept in secure place to guarantee the integrity of the assessment package. And all candidates are not allowed to give any information regarding or during the assessment process. Okay? Do you have any questions? Clarifications?
None, sir.
Okay, if it's none, then I am giving you a specific copy of your specific instruction. Please read this carefully, and if you have any questions, do not hesitate to call my attention. Okay, so this is your copy of specific instructions. Please read it carefully. Okay. Now, I think you're ready now. I'm giving you your number so that we have the process flow. Okay, so candidate number 1 will be Sir Aurelio. And candidate number 1 and candidate number 2 is Mr. Besame. Okay. So, if you have any questions, kung wala nang mga questions and clarifications, we will now proceed to the proper demonstration and oral questioning. Okay? So, candidate number 1, please follow me in the assessment area. Candidate number 2, please remain there. Wait for your name to call. Okay, candidate number 1, please be seated first. So, this is our assessment area. Okay, so this is the area where you will conduct the demonstration, and afterwards the demonstration is the oral question. Okay, so you have the specific instruction. Please read first the specific instructions. Done? Okay, so I am giving you 2 hours to fabricate formworks. 1 hour in installing the formworks and 1 hour in removing the wooden formworks. You have questions?
None, sir.
None? Okay, so once the assessment started, you are not allowed to ask any questions. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. So I hope you are ready. So you may begin now. Okay, time stop. Take your seat. Thank you for the demonstration. So, for your oral questioning, this is your question. Why do we need to use PPE or personal protective equipment in our work or job?
Sir, so that we are always protected in any hazards that will harm us. It's for our own safety, sir.
Okay, so nice answer. So, thank you for your demonstration and your answer. Please go back in the waiting area. Please call candidate number 2 for me. Please, candidate number 2, take your seat. Again, please read the specific instruction that I've given you. Inform you that you will conduct demonstration, and after demonstration, you will have your oral questioning. Okay? Do you have any questions? Okay. So for your demonstration, I am giving you 2 hours to fabricate formworks, 1 hour in installing formworks, and 1 hour in removing wooden formworks. Okay? So if you don't have any question, and I think you are ready, please proceed with the demonstration. So your time begins now. Okay, time's up. Thank you so much. Candidate number 2. So for your oral questioning, this is your question. Why do we need to follow the principle measure twice, cut once?
Sir, so that
We cannot commit mistakes during the cutting. Materials are highly expensive, that is why we need to make it properly. Measure accurately and cut it carefully.
Okay, so nice answer. Candidate number 2, please go back in the waiting area and I will just check your results. Okay. Hello again, candidates. So, how are you feeling?
Good, sir.
Okay, so it's time for feedback. Candidate number 1, please proceed in the assessment area again. Candidate number 2, please be okay. Please take your seat, candidate number 1. Okay, so candidate number 1, how are you feeling?
I feel good, sir.
Okay, that's nice. So based on your performance, candidate number 1, you were able to perform layout reference line properly and correctly. Also, you performed publication of formworks following the safety measures. So you also installed the formworks carefully. Your answers in the oral questions are correctly and you answered it with confidence. So based on the evidences I have gathered, I found you, congratulations, you are competent in this qualification. Please sign the rating sheet. Thank you. And here is the copy of the result, your class competency assessment result summary. Okay? So, and I have also here an evaluation. So evaluate me as your assessor. Please do it honestly. Okay. So again, congratulations, candidate number 1.
Thank you, sir.
Please call for candidate number 2. Where is feedback? Please, candidate number 2. Please sit there. Okay, so how are you feeling, candidate number 2? I'm feeling good. So what happened in the assessment? So based on your performance, you were able to lay out reference line. You answered correctly in the oral questions. However, during my observation in publication of the formworks, you wasted few of the plywood. I think it is because of the mistaken mark lines that you cut. Okay, so as a result, the accurate size of our formworks was not achieved. Okay, so based on the evidences that I have gathered, you are still not yet competent in this qualification. Okay, but don't worry, you can be reassessed anytime for your at your own convenience or when you are ready. Okay, so please sign in the rating sheet. Thank you. And this is the copy of the result. That's yours. And please evaluate me as your assessor also. So do it honestly. Thank you. So don't be worried. I know you will be past the disqualification soon. Okay? Just train and develop your knowledge and skills so that you will be competent in the reassessment. Okay? Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
No? So please go back in the training area. Okay, I'm done with my assessment. Accomplished the attendance sheet, rating sheets, and the scores. Now I will present and endorse this to the tester representative. Okay. Ma'am, here is the evidences in the assessment.